Neil. What did I say? What that kid was called?
Let me check it. I have no clue. We don't need to say proper names, so it's fine.
I got all the names anyway.
Clicks thingy, so there you go.
Let me just. No, hang on. I'm gonna carry on writing all their names down. I'll send it to you if you want.
Alright.
Big Mike is big. Well,
Yeah,
big
right,
Mike's
shut
not
up,
Big
Mike.
Mike. What do you mean?
Why ain't they going, buddy? I didn't.
No. I wanted to practice from now, but you know. Yeah. I'll move my mic.
Hello and welcome to TNF3 eSports Round 1 for Bahrain Grand Prix. Brad, who do you think will be on pole in qualifying?
I don't know any of these guys, but if I put my money on it, I put Brett just because he's looking to get a few points this season, be consistent and not crash out and have a better season than last season.
Yeah, plus there is the reason that he is a champion, or a previous champion, that used to be in F1, but so I'd probably put my money on Brett as well, as he's been in higher categories before. Obviously we're only part-time commentators, so we won't know the name of everybody in this session, so if we use PSN or butcher any names, I'm sorry. But obviously, who's first out? Looks like Brett is first out. Jeez. We'll follow him for his first lap.
I like his helmet, you know.
Yeah, it looks nice. But we aren't here to comment on the fashion. Mate, our commentating is only top notch at this channel. Of course.
I want to see what Owen's doing, man.
Yeah, so that seems just to be heating up the tyres, going through the S section.
Trying to find out what their names are.
Alright.
Wait. That Don Ventito kid's name is Nathan, by the way. If you
I was going to call him Don. Alright, Nathan.
I'll send you the list in a minute.
You're alright.
Make sure.
Brett seems to be heating up those tyres. I want to see what type of lap times we're going to be doing. And I want to see which strategies are going to be the best. Yeah.
Let's let someone go ahead. I'll follow them.
Personally, I think people will probably qualify on super softs to go on to mediums in the race. It's not the easiest.
There's a chance.
Yeah.
To make the strategy easier, there's also a chance to go on softs.
But if you're ballsy, then if you start on super softs to mediums, by the end of the race you're probably gonna have very ruined tyres. But it's the fastest one that we can think of. You can also do like a 2-stop to softs. No, super softs to softs to softs, which I never like doing a 2-stop. I think they're always slow. But that's just me.
So are you on board with right now?
On board with Brett. Comes to the first corner. looked to be decent first sector. Well, not first sector, first corner. I want to see how he takes the S section, because so many people take the S section. Do you know who just crashed? I think Ken.
Ken.
I'm not sure where, but
Don't know how, where, but
yeah, I wish you could look at the crashes. Looks like Brett went a little bit wide on that corner, so he probably lost a bit of time. When I mount that corner, I usually lose like 5/10, which is mad.
On the hairpin, you normally want to go wide and cut into the apex and get the best exit you want and gain you a few attempts. Why is there yellow flag to them?
Because Ken crashed. I'm not sure where. You should be able to watch the crash.
Yeah, I'm
hopefully
trying to keep track of the crashes if they do happen.
Yeah, right. So it looks like a decent lap from Brett. The only thing that I saw that could be bad is him going wide on that one corner, which loses you a lot of time usually. He comes to finish his lap around the final corner. Tried to get a good exit out of this.
Actually.
Oh yeah, 128 is that? I need to set these.
Brett, there's a 129.2.
129.2. He is on soft though, so I wouldn't say that's an awful first lap. On the softs, seems to be.
Only 1 second attempt off Jaden Shack, who is on the super softs.
Gibson also slotting behind with a 130.2 on the supers. Let's see if anybody else can bump him down or bump even Jaden down. Look like they can. Looks like Lepvrick, I can't say that, I'm just not going to say that, has done a 129.6.
Fabio.
Oh, Fabio, right. Let's see what.
I think that's how you say it, but
yeah.
Most likely.
And there's been another, what has gone on there? Is it someone slowing down? Yeah, I think it's Brett slowing down.
You can underfuel the car quite a lot, so might just run out of fuel.
Kendall seemed to have crashed heating the tyres, which is apparently, according to him, very stupid. Who just did all that?
Brett seems to go really slow right now.
I think But I need that list of names because it's triggering me how I can't say that PSN.
Yeah, I've got it.
Alright, so anyway. If we say them wrong, then that's not our fault.
I
think that's Diego. He's just done a 128.1. Slotting in behind Jaden and just a second and a bit in front of Brett. Brett is coming in to stuff on a new set. Wow. Looks like.
Is he on his out?
No, he's just gone into pit. He's going to stuff on some. War is
on his lap if you.
Yeah. Who's Cole?
Look at the list. Right now in P7 at the moment.
Alright. Yeah, alright. Yeah. It's annoying me how I've already said a lot of the names wrong, but he comes down the street. To me, it says he hasn't got DRS on, but I'm pretty sure that's just wrong. Has anybody else set a time yet? No, I've seen. War, Don Vincent. I can't say the name.
Wait, what did I? Nathan.
Yeah, Nathan. 130.9.
Straight before the penultimate corner. Looks to get the best exit, go far on the curb. Shift down 4 gears or 3.
Sets a
129.5. That didn't. He must have invalidated it.
I think he's had trouble with invalidating it quite a lot because he's been going around. At the moment, Brett's probably in the best position because he's third with the hardest set, so he can go on for longer. I wonder what strategy he's doing because he's either playing it safe and going softs to mediums instead of supers to mediums, or he's doing a different strategy which I can't think of. But
maybe
it looks like
on the softs to do the 2-stop.
Ooh, jeez, that is actually quite fast. Matt, I think his name is, has just gone 6th with the 129 on the mediums, which isn't that bad compared to
medium's the
people.
best racing car to start there. Something we need to find out.
They'd probably be very cold. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Big Mike's coming out to start his first lap. He's been sat in the pits for quite a while now. On the softs, so he's probably thinking of doing the same strategy as Brett.
Carl's coming around the almost the last corner, so hopefully settle that. Looks very quick from what I've seen.
Hopefully he isn't corner cut this time.
Oh,
He's going to the pits. Maybe he's supping on a new set to redo his...
Maybe he was just trying to confuse everyone.
Or he was trying to go out to get some practice before he actually sets his proper lap. Do you know who actually is supposed to commentate for this league? Or this category? I'm not sure who actually has to commentate for this. And just said, yeah, you have to commentate. I was like, alright.
I joined the party, they were like, commentate like...
Looks like Brett.
When you look at the comments, let's go racing. Hey buddy. Some different language I don't speak.
Looks like Matt, I think his name is. Yep. Has just set a new lap, 1/10 behind, exactly 1/10 behind Brett on the mediums, which is fast.
Something about Brett. This feels like this might be his season where he can start picking things back out.
Brett has even slapped on the mediums, Brad.
Has he?
Maybe they think it's the fastest tyre. I mean, it looks pretty fast. I don't think they'll beat Jaden on them, but they're on supers, so that's expected.
The McLaren outfit looking the strongest so far.
3 and 4.
Not far behind that Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, Alfa Romeo are doing quite well. 2 and 5. We're still yet to set a lap, same as Big Mike. I think Big Mike's just about to come around the final corner to set his lap. Oh no, he hasn't. I think he's just starting it now, or he's going to dive in the pits.
Okay.
Must have been a practice lap as well as
not the
the
best way to start with that. A lot of different strategies going on there. I don't think, yeah, one person on the soft so far, the rest on super softs. After you set that, and the rest others are on mediums.
Looks like Fabio has went to the softs. Or I think he is trying to go faster than all the people in the top 4 on the harder tyre.
Track position is more important than overall longevity.
Diego also on his outlap on the super softs. It looks like the top 2 are sticking with the super soft strategy. Voice crack. Let's just not talk about that.
I didn't even hear it.
You didn't hear it. Jordan Dittman's actually doing pretty well, considering his form in the last couple of races.
I mean, he came off a quite good GT Sport performance. Spun, but
looked fast. But let's not talk about GT Sport.
Yeah.
2 completely different games. Brett looks like he's on his lap, I think. Yeah, lap. He's in hot lap mode, so I'm guessing. Comes around on the first sector to do. I think that's pretty fast. I can't remember what an average sector time is. Took the S section quite nicely. Is he gonna go? Didn't go wide this time, so it should be faster. Hopefully, he is on the harder tyre, so it might not be faster. Locks up slightly there into the hard braking point, and he spins. That's a very dangerous curve to get on, especially if you're sideways into that corner. Looks like he's either going to back off and try again, or maybe carry on with the lap. I'm not sure.
I'm sure to see what fuel they have, how much fuel they have.
Yeah, not. Brett has gone Oh, he's trying.
Really wide.
Looks like nobody's been able to dethrone Jaden of the P1 position. I wouldn't actually want to be in P1 at this point. I'd rather be like in the middle. Especially if you're on harder tyres, I'd rather be in the middle. So you don't have to be in like the scrap of things. And you can just work on keeping your tyres nice and not flat. Is he?
Yeah, Diego is, I think, one of the first to try to take that P1 position.
Looks like Jordan Dittmer has passed both the McLarens with a 128.6, which isn't far off pole position, only 5 tenths. It's showing some decent pace in that Renault.
Diego just lost on
was still yet to set a lap.
So Kyle. Maybe they did what happened to me at Mexico and just
Diego went pole with a 28 flat. Pretty decent.
He seems to have a bit more pace as well because he lost the back end on that corner. Jordan Dittmer showing some good pace compared to his other seasons, from my personal opinion.
Is anybody just starting a lap? I think Brett is just about to finish one. As he comes around the final corner. Or is that the final? Yeah, that's the final corner. To set a 129.6, which isn't faster. Jeez, Kyle is barely anything off Diego.
Top two,
but Jaden, yeah, even Jaden isn't that far behind. Neither is Jordan, to be honest. I wouldn't say 6 tenths is far behind.
Top 4 very close, but they're all using super softs, and then
the two McLarens on mediums. It looks like the two McLarens might have been talking and trying to think of a strategy which would help both of them. Maybe they were considering it together and talking to each other, which I didn't do, because, you know, usually my teammate isn't someone I know. Do you think
Brett seems to be the only one on softs right now?
Do you think Brett and what?
It's a carry on.
I think Brett. Do you reckon Brett and Matt? Was that a crack?
I'm pretty sure he just retired on the pits because.
Yeah. Do you reckon Matt and Brett will, I don't know, help each other in the race? Maybe if you're faster behind, they'll let you through or something like that. Or do you reckon they'll just let them race?
I mean, it's the first race of the season, so I think they'll let them race, like they'll let themselves race. But if things do get a bit too close for comfort, they might have to step in and say that's enough and just follow behind each other and try to catch the guy in front of the third competition ahead.
We say in the top 4 are close together, so is the 5th to about 7th, possibly even 8th. I mean, none of them are far off each other.
Jordan retires all crashes.
He was on 1 lap on Supersoft, so he may have retired by crashing or just on the track. Big Mike still yet to set a lap, with Ken not actually being able to make a lap, as he crashed on his first lap out. I think the main person that surprised me is probably Diego. You think Jordan? I think Diego, because I think I've raced with Diego before. And
I still Jordan Dittmer showing good signs for the start of the season. Just if he can keep that race pace intact,
and if he can keep out the wall. Yeah, but even if he, yeah, Brett surprised me. And he's even on the mediums, and he's not that far behind. Surprised Big Mike hasn't been able to do a lap yet.
Especially representing.
He's not actually been able to make them because he's in the pits at the moment. So I'm surprised with that. I'm even surprised that the other Mercedes hasn't shown.
Maybe he just wanted to start on a tyre that he didn't have to put on or something.
Maybe he's just going around the track just to get the feel of it, and then wants to sit at the back.
I don't actually know
I'm
what
surprised the
his plan
Mercedes, other Mercedes hasn't actually shown as.
That's no other Mercedes, is there?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's Williams.
Yeah, I'm surprised the other Mercedes hasn't shown because you think Mercedes wants to get at least a constructors, if not a driver. So that's surprising.
You've got quite a stacked lobby for first race.
I wouldn't say it's bad though. 11 drivers isn't the worst we've ever had. I mean, F1 was pretty bad last season with like I think I saw like.
I think season 2 F1 had like sometimes 6 drivers.
Yeah, it was pretty bad at one point.
Compared to this, I think this is a good starting point.
I think F1 will be pretty stacked this time though.
I think Fabio, Fabio looking to do his final lap. Trying to push ahead the ball. Jaden Shack also going around.
Everett.
No one else really.
He comes to do a 128.8. He goes 5th, yeah. And then Jaden comes around to do a 127.8. I think that was.
Quickest lap we've seen so far. No, I think he got into the 127.
Yeah, 127.8, I think. Let's see.
I just said 127. I mean 127. Not teen.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Alright, we've got Jaden at the top with a 127.6. 6 tenths behind we have Diego. No, 6 tenths, geez. 3 tenths behind we have Diego. And then 3 tenths again we have Kyle with Jordan. And then
9 tenths behind.
And then we have Fabio with a 128.8. And then Brett on the softs with a 129.2. And then I can't bother to say the rest because I'm lazy.
Okay, on Matt with 129.3. And that's it, I can't do anymore.
Yeah. Only quality. Only quality.
Yeah, we're pros, we're professionals here.
Only the greatest content on the Transnation channel.
I totally don't sound like I can't be bothered.
It's not that I can't be bothered, it's just that I can't be bothered to try and remember people's names.
I mean, I've got a list, but
I can't keep searching for the driver. Off the start, who do you reckon's gonna be the one in front? Like,
what's this that you use?
I think it's just any, like, you can have anything. But of course, we may have some people with medium, some full, maybe even some with no assists on, but that's not likely. I know Brett, probably, I think he has medium assists on, so the start shouldn't be the hardest thing, and they should be able to get all decent starts.
The assists they use are brake assist, no, ABS, yes, traction, medium, ERS, manual, gears, manual, so.
Start the formation lap. Jaden flying away, heating up the tyres, all of them. I think what surprised me the most is that Mike didn't actually do a lap. So, I thought he would, like, and he's just rammed into the Ferrari. And they both caught on camera.
Cam's probably hoping to warm up his tyres, but got stopped by Big Mike.
I think the person who I think is gonna have a good start is probably Brett. I feel like he's gonna be able to make his way through the pack, but also Jordan. I think he might be able to get a few places off the start.
Also in Abu Dhabi, he drove for F1 because we had very little people racing, and his start looked fine from my view. Also, I'm cheering for Jordan to have a good start, but hopefully he don't contact with his team.
Obviously, we're a bit biased towards the people we know because that's the only people we know. But yeah, yeah, Jordan's just an absolute animal. I think Jaden might be able to keep his position.
No, it's very hard to pass in the first corner.
Yeah, and I think Diego will probably just sit behind, but I feel like someone is definitely going to lose a position in top 5, maybe even. Yeah, I feel like someone's definitely going to at least lose out.
rarely
need to sell
see
these.
a start live. Normally these starts are good. Hopefully they can all keep it clean. They've all kind of...
Big Mike is the only one that's
Bunched up.
showing uncleanliness. As he
Lack
rammed
of-
it into
lack of
Kendall.
ability. Hopefully
I
he
wouldn't
can
say
pick
it.
up in the race.
Perhaps it was just a misunderstanding. Don't think it should DQ you, though. I think you should just drive on. It's kind of annoying seeing them just sat on the grid and teleporting there.
Realism on point.
Yeah, and oh, this game is just realistic.
Quality.
You don't get better than this, especially the commentating.
Yeah. We both definitely don't keep talking over each other.
Do I have to do what Brett does? Scream at the top of his lungs.
Scream.
It's so...
5 red lights.
It's lights
And away
out
we go.
and away we go, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Jaden hadn't had the greatest of starts. Diego's been able to get past him, but Jaden seems to be... I'm in the wrong position. Seems to be able to hold it around the outside, and he has pretty well. Jordan Dittmer's just been fine, really. Just stayed... Oh, and he's even moved up. Jesus Christ.
Brett or someone near... Oh,
Looks
Diego's
like...
been...
No, oh, it is Diego, jeez.
Yeah.
I didn't
Brett
see
seems,
that.
I don't see what happened to Brett, but I saw a bit of end plate fly off the side of Brett or...
Somebody.
Gibson's
Looks like
car.
Gibson's had a pretty decent start, getting 3 positions up.
Kyle.
It looks like... I wonder what happened to Diego. Maybe we'll be able to find out from him.
I saw him slide in the back.
Looks like the top 5 other than Diego has had a pretty decent start, with Brett being able to get quite high up. Ken up in 4 positions. He was actually starting in 10th, now in 6th. I saw some...
Also, the Force India, Gibson. He dropped down a position, and I think he's broke some of his wing. It looks like he's broke some of his wing.
Looks like Gibson's under attack by Don. I'm just gonna call him that.
Yeah.
Going down the back straight for the final corner. Look like Force India locked up, but still got a better exit somehow. That doesn't make any sense to me. And it looks like he's been able to...
Diego's got a lot of damage as well.
Gibson's hopped in...
Seems like 2 people
Gibson,
really-
it must have been Gibson's front wing,
Matt
because he's
has
hopped
as
in the
well.
pot. Hopped in the pit. And, yeah, Matt as well. And obviously Diego's in.
Off the start.
That's not too
Pretty
bad.
clean start, but...
Only one
You know
real
what,
big
it's-
crash from Diego. He seems to still be able to come in front of 2 drivers. Oh, never mind. Right, Jordan Dittmer been able to keep a good start. Hasn't put it in the wall yet. Yeah, but he is coming under attack by Brett. Obviously, Ken Doyle is trying to attack Fabio.
Brett looking very slidey out of that left hand.
He wants to try get it past Jordan, but he also doesn't want to wear his tyres too much. I'm not sure what strategy he's doing. I haven't actually tried a strategy where I start on the softs, which isn't to mediums. Jordan looks like he's almost died, not gonna lie. It looks like Jaden is in attack from Kyle. He's only 5 tenths away, but Brett is also trying to attack Jaden. Jeez, Jordan. Ken is also gaining on Fabio.
Yeah,
There's so many fights, oh my god. It's so much harder than I thought it was. Alright, Matt is also trying to attack Gibson. We'll focus on the fight for 3rd with Jordan and Brett, as that is the closest one. Looks like Brett's not trying to get past him yet. He's probably trying to wait for an opportunity which is just easy so he doesn't get into any incidents. He's probably just trying to get some points on the board, which would be an improvement from his last season. But even a pole would be a good start to his season as well.
We're doing Brett a bit harsh, but it is a bit true. He's just looking to get some points down. Also, he's on a different strategy to...
So he should be able to, like... Oh, And it looks like Jordan may have went a bit wide, but he still kept it. Brett backed off as he would have got assassinated.
Whoa, Kyle backed off a lot from Jaden since the last time I was in. 1.5 seconds away now.
Yeah, he's maybe saving his tyres. I mean, supers don't last the longest. I think max, I'd say probably like 11 laps, 10. That's the max I've been able to take him, but that was with no assist, so they might be able to take him a bit longer. And it looks like someone has spun.
We're going for a pass down into
Looks like Big Mike has
corner,
spun, smashed it on sec to that's on the fast right-hander. No, wait, where the hell is that? Oh yeah, it is the fast right-hander. That's easy. It's easy to do it though. Everybody's done it at least once there, I'm pretty sure. Looks like Kyle isn't being able, can't catch Jaden. He's not falling behind, but he's keeping it at that 1.5, 1.4.
The battle for third right
Jesus
now.
Christ.
At least like 4 cars involved.
Mate, if there's no collisions here, then that's some clean racing. Oh my god. Ken getting very close to the back of the Sauber. Looks like Jordan's got coming from attack from 2 drivers. Brett's kind of safe at the back, at the front. He's got quite a decent gap. Jordan goes very wide, almost chops off the Sauber's wing. He's gonna be trying a. I thought he was gonna go for a dive bomb. Then I was like, that's a recipe for killing people. Goes very wide. Seems like he keeps going wide. Maybe he's using the racing line. Sauber.
Brett looking to pull away.
Jesus Christ! Ken dives up the inside of Fabio and gets the move done. That was a very nice move. And he's now attacking Jordan. Can he get?
Just crashed out.
Did he? Oh
yeah,
man, I'm gonna see what happens there.
Now entered for, I wish we could look back at him, man.
Oh yeah, he's pretty much clipped the curb and just flung into that wall. I didn't see it, but I seen where it was.
Yeah.
I think I've done that quite a lot. Where I've just flown into the wall. Looks like Ken is attacking Jordan. Almost smashing into the pit wall. Jordan goes for a dive bomb. Sauber trying to get in on the action, has to back off because he is way too close to that Renault. Will Jordan try and move on Ken right here? He's looking down the inside.
Oh my.
That was a ballsy move. But Ken keeps it in the second. Jordan, I reckon Jordan's probably going to wait until the straight for the DRS, and he hasn't got much ERS at this moment.
I want Jaden to put in the comments what happened.
Wait, Jaden, oh yeah, he was in front. I forgot he was in pole. Now Brett is out in pole on the soft, so he's got the best tyre compound because he's gonna be able to pit way later. Yeah,
looking to probably do a one stop. Ken as well doing one stop. Jordan looking.
Ken has flown through the grid.
Brett gets 3 seconds.
Ken started in 8th, and now he started in 10th, and now he's in 2nd, which is pretty good. Also,
Jordan's in the wall.
Oh my, where? Oh yeah.
Jordan.
A lot of people do it there. Looks like Kyle has dived up the inside and has made the move stick.
Jordan, he's going to look to get in the pits. Jordan
needs to dive in the pits. Maybe slap on. He won't. I don't think he'll be able to take mediums. I'd say slap on softs. To softs.
He could go for the mediums. He just needs to say a lot, but
yeah.
Is it worth it?
Big Mike will be able to make a place up in 4 positions. This will be 5, starting at 11.
After his lackluster qualities, P5 now. Looking to do a 2-1 stop as well.
Who do you think's gained the most? Ken obviously in positions, but Brett in like positions and the amount of time ahead of Ken. I think obviously they're on the same strategy, I'm guessing, so he'll obviously come out on top. But War, he's just kept consistent. He's still in 3rd, and he stayed there. So I mean, it's looking good for at least a podium. Do you reckon Ken will be able to catch up to Brett and battle?
I think Brett has a penalty, so he's going to be obviously pushing more towards the end of the Grand Prix, just to, if he Ken's still there, to eke out that penalty. But if Ken gets a penalty, then I think Brett will soon find out and start saving and just worrying about his own race other than keeping the lead after the race.
From first to second, third is 13 seconds away, so we've got like 2 drivers that are far up ahead, and then there's just the top 3, top 10, which are like, well, pretty much, who are like really far behind each other. There's not really much battles other than Ken's trying to get to Brett, but I think he'll need a couple more laps to do that. He is gaining. He did start on like 2 seconds and 3/10 or something like that, so he's chopped that down by like 6/10.
After Diego crashing at the start, he's on the back of Gibson,
looking to claw his way back through. Oh yeah, 5 seconds speeding. That's not going to help his position. He will have to hop in. Hang on, he's doing the 1-stop, is he? He's on the mediums.
Yeah, he's on the 1-stop.
So maybe he'll just take that 5 seconds. Yeah, usually you want to pit on like
I think
9, maybe lap 10. Which is pushing it, kind of.
George is going to make a position, I think. Possibly.
Yeah, he makes it.
Yeah.
Looks like Big Mike has lost a lot, but he's still in points. He could crash right now and have at least 1 point, which is.
Is he on mediums or softs? Because on my screen he's got softs at the front and mediums at the back.
Who are you talking about? What the? Mate, there's been some problems in the Mercedes pit. What the hell? Maybe this felt some colours. Yeah. Must be faster now.
Keeping that distance.
Yeah, 1.5. Looks like Diego is on the back of Gibson. Probably looking to try crawl his way through to get some decent points. I'd say you want at least 5th from a crash like that. Because I'd say fifth is pretty good points.
Quality commentating right now.
Yeah, I know. I said fish instead of 5th.
Wow.
Gibson goes very wide. I reckon I'll wait for the main straight.
Okay, who's that?
Big Mike, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. Big Mike seems to go wide, but I don't see why I see a yellow flag. Dom, or... I can't remember his name. Yeah, Dom.
Matt is... Pit. Matt's gained 2 positions since the start.
Gibson and Diego might gain a position on Nathan. Yeah, they have. Brett still keeping that gap.
1.5. Either that or Ken's just not pushing. He wants to keep his tyres nice and
getting the Brett and Batman might not be the best for his tyres.
Also,
Kyle's gaining 2 seconds, I think. From the last time, I think I saw.
Diego has got past Gibson, but he is 11 seconds away from Matt. So, and he's still in attack from Gibson, really. So, it's a long stretch, but you can never know. Yeah.
Okay, Diego's also got softs and mediums on. What is going on?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Which one's the main one? For me, yeah, what the... Is it sauce? Is it mediums? Are we so sick?
I think everyone's... yeah, that might be a problem. I don't know what they've got on.
Let's just say some people are going to lose their jobs. Yeah, at the moment, but I'm guessing...
Big Mike should have mediums on, unless he's not doing a 1-stop.
I thought I just saw the McLaren smoke up, I mean... It's not...
Yeah, it's just the exhaust. Or the back of the car, it always does that.
Yeah.
It's just more obvious.
There's actually no battles going on, other than... Yeah, Diego's stretched out the gap to quite a large margin, but he's still got the RS going down the straight, so he probably had to keep it. Jeez. Ken's charging full Brett. He's got the RS.
Brett seems to get a better XL at that corner though, so gaining fuel.
Still think Ken's going to be close up to him for the main straight.
I'll be right back, come.
Gibson's on the back of Diego. Don is also closing down the gap to Jordan to 1 second. not really many battles going on at the moment. Oh, and Diego's binned it into the wall. That's not good. Oh, that's at the S section. Must have clipped on that bumpy curb and spun it into the wall somehow. It's a shame for him, he was doing pretty well to get back up to 6th. Ken is now trying to attack Brett for the P1 on the same tyre compound. Not really any battles considering he left, or he crashed out, Diego crashed out, so it's the only real thing that's going on in this race is Brett versus Ken at this point. It's the closest gap. Big Mike gets another penalty. In his past races he's also got a lot of penalties, so he should perhaps work on trying to be more consistent with his driving and try not to get as many penalties, because it affects his race. He is in P9, so he could pick up some points despite having all these, so it doesn't matter hugely. Kind of close that gap down a lot to 7/10. Brad, Diego crashed around the S's.
Oh, did he?
I think he probably clipped on that curb, and you know what that does, kills you.
Brett looking low on the OS right now. Might be
Maybe
Ken's catching.
He's Ken's starting high.
Brett goes into the pits, Ken goes on for another lap.
Yeah. Looks like Ken's probably feeling better on those tyres. Which is surprising considering you think the person behind would be pushing. But Brett does have a penalty, so it does explain it.
Oh, it's a penalty.
Well, I thought you said it penalty. Hang on, look at the penalties. Can you tell us you have penalties?
Right. So far? Brett has a 3-second.
Yeah. That's probably why he's pushing. Yeah, he has a lot of penalties at this point.
Big Mike has a 3-second as well.
Yeah. I was talking about how that's a problem in his driving. He gets a lot of penalties in his past races. Like in Abu Dhabi, I think he got quite a lot.
Matt quickest.
What time was that? I didn't actually see it.
He went quickest with a 1:31.7.
Brett probably wouldn't want to get held up by Fabio. He probably wants to try and get past him as quick as he can without any like fuss, because that would not help him against Ken. Yeah, don't think it affected him that much.
So far only 2 DNFs, which Big Mike taking his stuff to go as well.
Looks like Ken is 27 seconds ahead of Brett at this point, if I did the math right. Which is a huge thing. I think he'll be able to keep it in front of Brett, but it would be close. It looks like War will probably pit on that 10, maybe.
It's quite far out of Brett.
I think it's probably because
how bad his tyres felt at the end and how good Ken's looked.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a big gap.
Kyle going on for more laps, might even get ahead of Brett.
Maybe.
No, maybe. Brett keeps the cool head and still pumps up the laps he's been doing. I don't think it'll happen.
That's a huge gap from 5th to 1st and 6th to 9th. 21 seconds. You could probably pit and still catch back up.
A whole minute almost behind.
He hasn't had the best. Yeah, still in the points. They still pick up.
Oh, Jordan's got wing damage.
Right, does he? Did he ram into?
Looking very slow through the.
What? How did he get wing damage?
He just hit the back of Gibson.
Was it anybody's fault?
I was too quick for me to see, because I literally switched to when it happened, but it looked like Gibson was just going slow through the corner and Jordan went into the back of him.
It's probably gonna affect his finishing position. Obviously he'll still get 8th because Big Mike's almost a minute behind, so he could pit right now and still get 8th, but he still probably would want maybe 6th but that's kind of
Brett are
dive.
18 seconds behind Carl. Carl stays out, surprisingly. Even though he's gaining on, I think he's pulling away. Ken, is it? I'm not sure.
Carl will probably stay out till lap 9, lap 10. Probably pit, so I think...
put on a set of softs again.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, does he?
He sat on Sunday, I think, I don't know, but...
Looks like there's a tie glitch going around, because it says he's on the mediums, but he's on the softs. I don't know.
I don't know why Big Mike put on supers, because he won't be able to take them to the end.
Yeah, Brett
if he can prove me wrong.
18 seconds behind Carl. Carl might actually pass him through the pits.
I'm surprised less people did a supers to mediums. I mean, it's safer to do mediums to... No, supers... No, softs to mediums. You won't spin as much because your tyre temps or your wear.
I'm a bit scared to do super softs to mediums. I don't know. I feel like with more people around me, it's going to be a bit harder.
I think if you just don't push, if you don't... I think it's easier to do if you just... push when you need to and stop when you need to. So it'll be a balance between pushing for track position, but what's the point in that when you might spin because your tyres?
Brett's got another penalty and Carl stays out still, looking to go.
With that penalty, he will drop down to 4th at this point, and even 5th if it's the 6th second. And this will affect him getting pole due to Ken having none at this point, don't he? And even War doesn't have any, I don't think. Or
Fabio looking to pass Brett and maybe hold him up for Ferrari.
This would not help Brett as he has got penalties as well.
He needs to get past and go. Can't be sticking around.
He's tried to break the DRS.
Jordan Dittmer with his broken ring is carrying.
He's carrying on.
I don't know if he pitted or not. I don't really see.
Looks like... I wouldn't say he's looking the nicest at this point. He's not pitting. He probably hopes he can keep it, defend from Don at this point.
He definitely broke a swing, but I don't look like he has a broken ring right now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, on the broadcast cam it doesn't, but if you go on the T cam, it does.
Oh, does it? Oh, yeah.
You can see it on there. They need to fix that because
he hasn't really pulled.
So weird.
Gibson hasn't really pulled away from him.
Jordan's actually pulling from Don Vincentino. I'm not going to say that, just Don. He's actually pulling away. And Big Mike. Ooh. Where is that?
Why am I never looking, man?
I'm gonna follow War and see if he goes past.
War's still on the pit after 15 laps on the softs.
15 laps on War?
Wait, no,
he's done 10. He's done 10 laps. He's pitted already. I'm not sure when. I didn't actually see. I think he went supers maybe to softs, but it was only 5 laps on the supers. So
I think he's waiting for Ken's softs or mediums. I don't know actually which one's long.
If he can keep those softs for that long, then fair play. But I don't know how it will work. I haven't actually seen
anyone try that.
I haven't seen Big Mike yet anywhere, and I'm following around thing. Is there any battles going on? Other than Jordan
Don's on the back of Jordan. Gibson's going in the pits. Matt is in no man's land right now. Fabio's still trying to get there. Brett's looking to catch Ken, and Ken's just looking to be consistent and keep his pole position because he's got Carl at the moment in pit stops. Unless Carl takes it to the end. But Jordan comes in to fix his nose as well.
Fabio obviously has to pit, so Brett might be okay on the penalties.
Jordan came in to fix his nose, so that cost him.
Yeah, obviously.
Gibson and him might be battling now. I don't know what happened to Gibson, but he came in.
I think he swapped to the sauce.
It's a lot harder than I thought it was. Jesus. Always took the mick out of Brett for not going on the right cam. Jordan gets a
I'm just trying to find the fight that means the most, I guess. But there's not really many fights in the top 5 at the moment.
Looks like Jordan's about to be overtaken by his teammate. Yeah.
Is he? Oh yeah, he is about to get lapped. He'll probably move out of the way knowing him. He moves out the way a lot for blue flags, so he'll probably just let him pass it.
Also, he's his teammate, so.
Yeah, so you'd want
He's
you'd want him.
1 minute and 27 minutes behind. Still
eighth,
isn't a
yeah.
bad
We
start.
said that at the same time. But eighth of the year, still good. Now you could crash right now and be fine on points at this point. I wouldn't say eighth is the worst position.
As
long
he goes
as-
across
yeah.
the curb, looks like a penalty, but it's getting a bit dodgy.
Maybe it's a warning or something. I'm not sure.
Carl's
Still-
still keeping that 14-second gap from Cam.
He does have to pit, so I'm not. It'll probably drop down to third, I think, because Fabio has to pit as well.
Okay, I thought Brett had wing damage, but I don't think he does, looking at his other teammate.
Their wing looks a I've never realised how different McLaren's wing look to every other car.
Yeah. That's why
That's a
I
very
changed my
weird
phone
one.
on the car.
Didn't realise they had such a different wing. Do you reckon Jordan and Gibson could... Or do you reckon Gibson could take those softs to the end?
Carl came in.
Carl came in.
Brett did go ahead of him.
Looks like he dropped onto fourth, but Fabio does have to pit still, so he'll probably get put in third unless he can catch Brett by that time. But I think
He was on the
Fabio
quicker
may
time
hold
than
off Carl for this moment to maybe let Brett push, because he's out of DRS to Fabio at this moment, barely by 2/10 now. As
Matt sets another
fast lap. He's just in no man's land at this minute, like 14 seconds ahead, but 26 seconds behind. He's probably going to just glide to the finish in fifth at this point, because unless a big crash happens, I don't think he'll gain any positions.
I mean, Fabio, he might pass Fabio in the pit. Nah, never mind. I thought he was closer. He
He might be able to battle with him if he catches, but I don't think
Matt at that moment just looks like
he'll just sit back and take
he's
fifth.
trying to hold on to that P5.
I think it's a pretty decent place to come for your first race. Still points, there's decent points. I'd want at least a fifth for my first race. I just want points for my first race. You always just want points for your first race, because if you get no points, it kind of just gives your rivals a massive head start to you, pretty much. See, Fabio has reached DRS distance to Brett. I think we've got, he's now 1 second. I think he'll probably just stick with Brett and sit next to him, but the pit will obviously mean he'll just drop back down to...
Matt done another quick slap.
He's looking fast on those mediums. Maybe the mediums and maybe... I know when they warm up they're very nice. And you can definitely go fast. He could actually possibly pass Fabio if he keeps doing faster laps. But he can't burn through his tyres because he's still got to take these CN. But he has only done 4 laps, so he might be fine. What tyre did he start on? Matt.
The softs. No, the mediums. I think he started on mediums. I think he's the only one to actually do.
Because he pitted lap 14, so if he started on mediums,
his pit stops he went medium, soft, medium. So these are to go to the end.
So he's pitted twice already.
Yeah.
That's a pretty decent position for paying
I'm pretty sure he crashed. I think he got some ring damage at the start of the race.
And Fabio pits, putting Carl in third. 1.6 seconds behind Brett, and let's see if Matt can pass Fabio. I think he might be able to do it over time, because they'll be quite close to him. He's looking very fast. Oh, that will be close. Nah, no, it won't. I lied. He'll still be close to him though. I reckon he could make a move as he's been setting fastest up, so he should be, and especially because Fabio's on the colder tyres, so he should be, need to try and get those tyre temps high until he can start pushing, otherwise you'll just slide. The mediums are probably the worst when they're cold, because they're just horrible. You slide everywhere in the first corner, but when they get heated up, they're very good.
Sure that stream's going to find it.
Yeah, Matt's actually closer to him than I thought he would be. Looks like pits take like 21 seconds.
He might have had a stop there, I'm not sure. Did he?
I can't remember. How would I done this penalty? He's got DRS though. He's chasing down Fabio. He's possibly could make a dive bomb.
He didn't have a stop there. Might have just.
Who did? No, it was Big Mike who had a stop go.
Yeah, and he's crashed out.
Looks like he's dropped back slightly, but he's still within DRS, so he could probably make a move if he sticks with him down this straight and he gets a good run on the final corner. He could probably make a move. Looks a decent. Slaps on DRS, chasing him down.
Wait,
he's still. No, I can't remember who asked my camera. Looks like Matt broke very early, trying probably to avoid a collision. Couldn't make a move. He might be able to make a move through the next straight, I'm not sure. He seems to not be pushing for it, he seems just... he went very wide. Not wide, but he went very deep into the corner. He definitely seems faster than Fabio, but he seems like he just can't make it stick. As Fabio goes quite wide, meant Matt can catch up to him for the straight in DRS zone. Matt breaks very late, but seems Fabio just broke very early. Doesn't get the greatest of
Jordan went in the pits, Jordan was up to P7.
Oh, Matt tries a dive bomb at the inside, pushing Fabio wide. Still gave him enough room, so it's not like they go too wide. They go too wide, oh my god. Oh. Looked like he slid it. Looks like Fabio backed off, possibly doesn't want to mess about around that corner. I wouldn't want to mess about around that corner.
But he's still within the take back car.
Fabio's still within DRS. He didn't have
the best exit.
Yeah, best exit, but he's still probably gonna track him down. He could go for a dive bomb. Matt looks like he's quite slow at this point. I'd dive bomb. Fly down the inside. Let's go! Locked up. Oh, seems like he might be using no ABS. Makes the move stick. But he didn't get the greatest run, so if
you have to use ABS.
If Matt slapped John's crashed out. Where is that? I think he did it at the same place as Big Mike and Diego.
Yeah, he did it at the right hand. That seems like the number one corner that keeps catching everyone.
People in the other categories.
Every single crash so far has been at there.
Actually, I think Diego or Big Mike had their crash at the S's, but other than that, the S is quite a dangerous place as well. Because if you clip that curb, Matt gets a very good exit right at the back of Fabio, trying to get past. It seems like he might not have the greatest of straight line speed, maybe in his setup or something, because he looked like he struggled to get past. But Fabio's still on the outside. Well. Keep it clean. Fabio doesn't back out this time, still around the outside. Can he keep it? No, he can't. Good move from Matt, but then again, Fabio's still in DRS, because unless he gets a really bad, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just backed off. Is there any battles? I can't really see one.
Brett's lost Kyle, so Brett's probably got a P3 right now, and yeah, there's only one battle already going on now, and that's
he gets past him quite by margin as well. He
Fabio covers off.
Matt is trying to make something happen. he doesn't slap it in a high ERS because he hasn't actually got a lot, so he's just trying maybe to make something.
Baits from him. Yeah.
As long as he sticks with DRS, he can save some ERS and perhaps even make a move later on, or he could just use the ERS he has now to try and make it move. He is sat in medium. If I was saving, I'd sit in there, but everybody does ERS different.
I'll tell you if anyone else gets in a scrap.
Alright, looks like... Oh, Fabio goes very wide and easily giving it to Matt, and he has also DRS. And he's sat in the same ERS as Fabio, so that was an easy move for him. Fabio's still very close, so he probably will make a move down the straight unless Matt can make that gap larger. I think if you're like 7/10 away from the person in front, you could probably keep it down that straight, even if they do have DRS. But depending on how you defensively drive. And looks like Matt got a very good exit. Fabio didn't have as good of one, but he didn't have a bad one. Trying slapped it in overtake mode with DRS. Looks like he is catching, trying to stay in the slipstream of Matt, but yeah, he's still just slightly too far away. But Matt has gone to cover the inside, so he won't have the best exit through this corner.
At the moment, there is no retirements in F2.
That's very clean. That's mad.
There's 13 drivers.
It's pretty decent. I expected more from F2. Not there should. I heard at F1 there should be more people, as it's like more people want to race all the time in F1.
Fastest lap in F2 on the softs was, well, P1 was 126.9 on the softs.
That was a decent lap on the softs.
That's what I'd expect.
Who did it?
Chain game, wow, but I don't know that.
I think that
I don't know what his real name is, but
Fabio goes very wide. Looks like Matt has been able to get that gap to 1 second. Perhaps he could probably get out DRS if he's fast enough through here. Fabio sticks it into high.
Quite a separate race.
Yeah, it looks like Matt has been able to get out DRS. So he should be able to just pull away and hopefully not have to battle any more than he has, because he's still got to take these to the end of the race. And 5 more laps.
Mediums come alive at the last few laps as well.
I'd say lap 10 they start to like perform quite well, but they're still quite shaky obviously because they're still warm, so you can push but you have to be careful still obviously.
He also pitted. These are also is Tyler's not that old since he done my audio 2-stop. So
Brett's on 13 laps on his mediums. He's lost the gap to Kyle.
You know, he's still looking to keep P3.
P3 is a decent position, I'd take it as well. He's definitely not going to lose any time to Matt due to his penalties. So
in this game, make it so you can see the standings from like this position.
Right, up on the D-pad it shows it.
Like McLaren, Renault, Ferrari, Renault, Albert,
no, I don't think has Ferrari got a second driver?
Yeah, true. You got Jordan, don't you?
I think it would probably be McLaren, then Sauber, and then... no, wait, no, McLaren, Renault, Ferrari, then Sauber, if I'm correct.
Could be contenders to get the constructors this season.
If they just constantly get decent positions, maybe even a few podiums together, then they'll probably be able to take the constructors easy, as obviously Ferrari haven't had their other driver and neither has Mercedes. So Mercedes would just be sat on a few points. But Ferrari obviously will have 25 on. So
sure Renault, McLaren and Force India
and Sauber.
Sauber, Force India, Renault and McLaren are the only full outfits.
So they might be contenders for the constructors. Donovan is letting people through. I don't think 7th is a bad position, to be honest. He hasn't put it in the wall, so it's obviously deserved.
Carl looking almost on the back of Cam. I'm going to follow along a bit with nice helmet. I get distracted by the helmets way too much.
Yeah, same. Oh, it's a nice helmet. Looks like Matt has been able to pull away from Fabio with 3 seconds. Fabio, I'd probably just tuck in and take the 5th. Obviously, 40 seconds isn't really going to affect him unless he crashes. I'd say Matt probably won't be able to catch Brett, but if he can get him with 6 seconds, then he'll be able to take his position. Unless he's got... No, I don't think he's got penalties. Don't. Ken...
What was that?
I choked on my own saliva. Sounds nice.
Nice.
Ken... Has Ken got any penalties?
No, he's been quite consistent. I'll check.
I think Ken might be able to... To be honest, Carl might be able to catch Ken because he's on the newer tyres, but he is on softs. But Ken has taken these...
Ken doesn't even have a warning yet.
Ken does... We'll have to take these to lap 17. Or 17 laps.
Carl has a warning yet, No, both the top two don't have any warnings. Actually, yeah,
Matt doesn't have a warning. Matt doesn't have anything.
It looks like Carl is on his last warning before he gets penalty.
As he does, Ken does the fastest lap with a 131 points flat, pretty much. So War is losing time to him. Looks like the mediums are the faster tyre in the race, and maybe even in qualifying at this point, because some medium tyre drivers were quite high up on the grid, past some of the supers.
It says Cam's on softs for me, but yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah. He's got softs on.
He's on
bottom.
mediums, but yeah.
I'm gonna say if he took softs 15 laps, then jeez. Probably need to fix that glitch for that team.
You gotta get hyped for Cam, alright? You're gonna be like Cam comes across the line to BP1.
Well, you know me. Hyper, you should have seen the start. I was like, it's lights out and away we go.
Who else the other two commentators? Owen and Josh Banks, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I forgot we have to interview the top 3, don't we?
This race kind of went into a boring interview, you're correct.
Well,
yeah, I'll set out for that one.
Right.
I would have prepared questions if I...
Well, it's not that hard. So, how do you think you did? Oh, pretty well, you know? Pretty good. Yeah.
Any point in the race you have problems? No. All under control. Looks like Ken started to pull away from Carl. This race turned into a pretty boring one after the few laps.
Mate, I don't want to do interviews. I'll just ask like a bunch of dead questions.
Brett's gonna be like, ask me a question. And we're like, sorry mate.
Kinda wish I could just flip in like, leave it out. Should I just end the broadcast be like, nah mate, I'm not doing interviews?
I mean, I don't know how they expect us to make. I'll ask questions. I mean, it's easy, but you never commentated, you know.
I've commentated, but I was only the like secondary.
I'm trying to like make some conversation, but there's not much going on.
Yeah, I know.
Carl's chasing someone down.
It's not been the like exciting race, but
Fabio. Please say I've been saying his name wrong. It might be Fabio or Fabio, I'm not sure.
Well, I gave them a warning at butchering names. It's not my fault.
Oh yeah, true. Gibson, I've been calling him Gibson instead of his runner, because I can't remember his runner.
Ken comes to do about to go on the final lap. Imagine he spins and then Carl gets past, that'd be...
I'm kind of cheering for Carl at the moment. Doesn't matter.
He's on the side. I don't think his tyres probably are starting to die out, unless he's kept them well.
And he's low on fuel.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
Imagine he runs out of fuel.
miles.
And he's on ERS. He's not really high on anything, unless he's lying to.
Carlos struggling. Brett still has so much ERS. He has 76.
And Jordan left. Oh yeah, he crashed, didn't he? Wait, did he crash? Oh yeah, he crashed.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'm not gonna watch this. I'm bored.
Brett
To be honest,
seems to have a lot
I'm
more
not
fuel
having the
now.
best time watching this. At the start it was pretty decent. There was
Yeah,
one
it
battle that
started-
went on for a long time, but it's kind of
Started
died down.
from keep track.
Yeah, I know.
Started to fall fast.
The only real thing. It looks like Carl's actually gained
Amazing
together.
commentating is going to improve
Yeah.
that, obviously.
Yeah, obviously there will be better commentators and more prepared commentators after this.
Next time.
I'll ask them like 3 questions, then move on to the next one, or maybe 2, depending on my
that's what it's
imagination. Imagine, mate, 9 tenths. Imagine he just like sends it into this corner and just takes
I'm not
it
even
out.
have time for practice.
No way.
33 minutes.
Oh my god, it
34
said
minutes.
Ken left, or at least looked like Ken left.
Ken slowed down a lot.
You probably knew that you didn't need to push.
Ken cross line P1.
Nice.
It's alright, it's
With
quite a
Carl
dominant
next.
performance after we got an amazing start. And then
Oh yeah, he
Brett
saw him
comes
like
home in P3.
10th, didn't he? That's mad.
Yeah.
I forgot
Brett
about
comes
that.
home P3. Good performance by McLaren.
Both of McLarens.
Matt
Good
comes
performance from the
up
Renault
half
as well.
with
The Renault has got some
Fabio,
pretty
Fabio.
decent points. Jesus!
Yellow
Oh my
flags.
god!
Oh my.
It's from.
Okay.
Wait, somebody took out one.
Wait, was that Ken's? I think that was Ken's AI.
No, it was Don's AI. He just rammed into the back of 4.
Okay.
And Gibson is very far behind.
Yeah. Can't have the other straight.
With Don actually crashing before he could finish.
Still
Cause-
7.
I'm gonna start inviting them now.
Crossed the line apparently, but
Alright, but can you read out the names?
read
Pole.
out the names.
Yeah, tell me Pole.
Yeah. Pole's Ken Doyle, 26.
How do you? Oh, I spelled that wrong.
Across the line and a good 6th.
Is there any capitals, Brad?
Second was
Brad, no, I need Kendall. I don't know how to spell it.
K.
Oh, there's capitals. There's capitals.
Yeah.
Top quality, right? Man, am I spelling this wrong or something? Am I just like a retard? or something?
KDOY.
I'm clearly just a bit of a spastic, you know. Let me see the names and I'm just flipping. Wait, I'm so.
Your final position.
Yeah, you do that. Keep on, Brad. Keep on.
Oh yeah. Kyle for the
Just gave
Renault.
up.
Brett Keenan for the McLaren. Matt for the McLaren.
Alright, let me actually invite these people.
Fabio for the Alfa Romeo. Gibson for the Force India. Don Venzito.
Is it 25, Brad?
Jordan Dittmer for the Renault. What?
Is it?
Yeah, no, it's 20. Yeah, 25. Wait, was I saying 26?
Yeah, you're saying 26. So it wasn't me, it was you.
Yeah, invite me. I'll invite the others here. Yeah, good. But he just said invite, and then.
Oh yeah, I'll invite Brett now. I forgot I had Brett on my thing.
I'm a shut up now.
Yeah, it's all me. Who was the other guy at war?
Come chill, just invite Brett now, like the others on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've invited Brett. I don't know what he's
Instructors
not
are
doing.
McLaren, Ferrari, Renault, Alfa Romeo, Force India, Williams, and Mercedes. We're actually professionals.
Yeah, I know. Top quality commentating.
Brett, that race was so boring near the end. You were all in like no man's land from each other. Still,
Yeah, it was
good race.
pretty exciting race at the start. We got off to a pretty good start. Matt and I were running different strategies, and to be honest, we didn't think we'd be qualified as high as we kind of were. So we got off the line pretty well, and then just got into a bit of an altercation with Bojan, I think it was, and broke my front wing, so I had to consolidate a little bit. Jordan held me up quite shockingly, and then he did his job of holding up the others while when I got past, and to be able to then just consolidate position. I knew I was going to lose the lead with the front wing change because King just had mighty pace all day long. So congratulations to Ken, he thoroughly deserved that win. And Kyle did a really good job to get past and try and chase down the leader as well. So we consolidated third. So third and fourth for McLaren today is a great result, and hopefully we can change that to a 1-2 at Silverstone next weekend. But yeah, I'm thoroughly pleased to be back on the podium and celebrating with the boys. We've done a hard job. We can finally say we were able to fight again. So it's good to be back, and hopefully we can keep this momentum going heading into Silverstone.
Yeah, of course, with Matt doing a great job to come in fourth, that'll help in your constructors. Oh my. Of course, Carl getting some good points for the Renault, that'll help in the constructors and also in your drivers' championship. What is that noise?
Probably on his end. But yeah, good job, Kyle.
Yeah, cheers.
And of course, Ken. Jeez, he started in like 11th? No, 10th, and you still came home in first.
Yeah, there was a few incidents at the start, so I made the most of it and just avoided all of them, made my way through it, and then tyre wear was good at the end, so I was able to keep Kyle behind. But I was a bit worried that he was going to catch up on the softs.
Yeah, of course, the mediums did look the faster tyre as the race went on.
Yeah, well, the amount of fastest laps that were just piling through on the mediums itself was quite an amazing feat. The car just felt, the car felt really balanced. I think just for me, it was just, I knew that I was beat, so I just backed off and consolidated position because I knew I had a gap to Matt, who was battling Fabio, and for us it was just constructors points because I had DNF for Jordan, and King's teammate not turning up doesn't help them too much, but for us it's a great feat, so we'll keep that going into Silverstone hopefully.
Yeah, well,
that puts you in P1 for constructors as well at the moment.
Couldn't be happier. Alright, I think we'll wrap it up, boys. We've got the F1 coming up.